Well, I got started acting by my mum. She was in an amateur theatre company in Sheffield, and so she got me on stage doing The Winslow Boy when I was 9, and then various other plays after. So I was sort of hooked on acting then, and I did a lot at school, and then I went to university, and I spent as much time as I could not going near the industry, because I went to drama school for 3 years, and they're very keen on avoiding the industry at all times, which actually for men is all right. For women, it's always harder for women. So then I went drama school, and then I got my first job, which was a theatre job, and then I got my first film job that same year, so I was pretty lucky. But by then I'd done an awful lot and sort of knew very much that that's what I wanted to do. But I was 26 by that point. I suppose once I'd got into drama school, I knew, you always wonder, you know, are you any good? You know, if you're good at school, or you're good in your hometown or whatever. How do you measure up nationally or internationally? And so once you get into drama school, that sort of put a few fears to bed, and then I have been lucky. I've had pretty much constant work since then. But I suppose now I'm in my 40s. I occasionally think, is this really what I should be doing with my life? But that doesn't last very long. I think the people I've enjoyed most acting with are people who are open and who listen and who are flexible. And I think that's so important in terms of directors, because very often, certainly for me, I've put a lot of my fears and anxieties and hang-ups and shortcomings, I've put them onto the director, which is part of a director's job. And I have directed, so I know. And you get, it's like being a shrink, you get a lot of, what's it called, transference. And I've found in my career I've very often given directors a very hard time because of my own shortcomings. And I think it's therefore important to be more fluid and flexible. And so when a director asks you to do something that you don't think is right, or that you're not feeling is right, you've got to give it a go. You've got to try it. You may be right that it's not right, but he's the guy who can take an objective view, or she. And it's the same with actors, that if you come into a scene and you know how you want to play it, or how it's going to end up, then chances are it's not going to be a very interesting scene. So if you can, the more you can listen, and the more you can stay open, then I think it makes it much more interesting, because it's more real. Well, I sort of, you know, the trouble is with mistakes is that I still know what I wish I'd done, and I'm still making the mistakes. But the best advice I heard was Peter Brook, who said, we summed it up with, hold on tightly, let go lightly. And I think you've got to hold on to what you want to do and not worry too much about what other people want you to do. And I wish I'd done more of that. I wish I hadn't listened quite so much to what other people thought I should do. But in the same way, you know, you fight for it and you're passionate about it and you give it your everything and you work very hard, but if it's not working out, you've got to let go lightly and don't worry about it, because I believe if you're talented, it'll work for you, and even if you're not talented, it'll probably work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then you're probably meant to be doing something else just as rewarding and probably much more rewarding.